We're going to review for PC number 4, Systems by Graphing. And the first one has a special case, y equals 1 for the second equation. But let's go ahead and start with the top one. We begin with our b value. So that's always the constant, the number on the right. The sign -2 comes with it. And that means we plot -2 on the y-axis. This one here is the y, the one that goes straight up and down. So we start from the middle and go down 2. We put a dot. Next up, we look at our m. That's a positive 3. So if we turn that into a fraction, 3 over 1, this means that we rise 3 and run 1. So from this point, we're going to rise up 3 and run over 1. And since I don't have a ruler, I'm just going to do it a few more times. And that's what our line is going to look like. The second one, a special case, y is equal to 1. What we do is we draw a horizontal line that crosses the y-axis at 1. If our equation read x equals 1, we would instead have drawn a vertical line that crossed the x-axis here at 1. But y equals 1 is always a horizontal line. The solution is where these two lines cross. That's right here. The coordinate is 1, 1. Or you could write this x equals 1, y equals 1. Heading over to the right, for this top equation, we're going to begin with plus 4. That tells us to put a dot here on the y-axis at 4. The next thing we look at is the -2/5 that's in front of x. This is our slope. And it means we go down 2 and right 5 until we put our second dot right here. We can go ahead and connect these dots with a straight edge, and that is our top line. The second equation we'll do in red. We start with -2, which is right here. We go down. It's always on the y-axis at first. And then we look at the m value, 4/5, which means we're going to go up 4 and right 5. These two lines cross at the point 5, 2. I could also describe this as x equals 5 and y equals 2. The third system of equations. We'll start with plus 2, put a dot there, and move on to 1/3, which means we go up 1, right 3. It's always going to be to the right. Then I look at my second equation. I start with -3, put a dot there. Then I look at 7/6. I go up 7, right 6. Where do these two lines cross? At the point 6, 4. I could also describe this as x equals 6 and y equals 4. And the last problem involves a little bit of fractions. So here we start with -3/2, which is somewhere around 1.5. And we go up 1 over 2. So we would go up to here, and then over to here, because we're halfway there. And if we draw that line like so, there's the top line. The bottom one, we start here at plus 6. And we go down 2, right 1. These two lines cross at 3, 0. So we see that x is 3 and y is equal to 0.